The true paternity of Blue Ivy. She looks more and more like Kathy to me every day. While they try to do AI pictures to make her look more like Beyonce, caking her face up with all that light makeup to take away the dark, natural brown Brahmin tone that Kathy's skin had. Beautiful skin, long arms and shoulders.
Because from what I was told, Beyonce couldn't even have kids.
She can't have kids. Her uterus is trash. But she had to come up with those 3 babies because that's what's in the marriage contract in order for her to get the extra million for each kid.
Kathy White's life was taken unfairly. She actually died screaming. And the Carters are responsible. But one of them is just a little more responsible than the other.
Orlando Brown is stirring the pot once again, this time bringing up explosive allegations about the death of Kathy White, Jay-Z's alleged pregnant mistress, who is also rumored to be Blue Ivy's real mother, and why entire Hollywood is scared to say it out alive. Orlando has been steadily exposing the underbelly of Hollywood and the secret lives of these celebs for years, and now he is coming for the Carters and their dark secrets, and it has a lot to do with Kathy White. Apparently, Kathy was going to an explosive interview with the journalist Liz Crokin to expose everything she knew about Jay and Beyonce, all the way from their dirty business dealings, the people whose lives they have supposedly sacrificed, and how she was manipulated into carrying Blue Ivy, all in the name of surrogacy. But get this, just 24 hours before the interview, she wound up dead in her apartment under circumstances that still don't make sense to this day.
Considering talking to me and telling me her story about her affair with Jay-Z. So a few days go by and I'm following up with her, I'm calling her and I can't get a hold of her. And I believe that this went on for a few days. And it was just really weird because she always answered her work phone. I thought it was really strange that she was answering her phone. She was MIA. I didn't know what the deal was. So I ended up reaching out to one of her colleagues. And when I finally got hold of one of her colleagues, they told me that she's dead. And I said, what?
And she's in fact, after Kathy died, Liz Crokin got on with this entire case again and blatantly accused Jay-Z and Beyonce of being behind Kathy's death. She made this tweet that said, when Kanye West says Jay-Z has, I believe he is talking about the people who killed Kathy White. Now, she never mentioned anything about this again, but when Diddy was caught and Jay-Z was accused of being involved, she doubled back and said, note the date. Hey Jay-Z, I was the reporter who talked to your alleged mistress right before she died. She was deleted. I know everything. I know what you did. Go F yourself. Your time is coming. Maybe you and Diddy can share a prison cell. Justice is coming. She followed it up by posting a video of Kanye saying Jay-Z had people who were ready to take anybody out on his request.
I've been sent here to give y'all my truth, even at the risk of my own life, even at the risk of my own success, my own career. I've been sent here to give y'all the truth. Jay-Z called me, bro. You still ain't called me. Jay-Z called me. Hey, bro, Jay-Z, I know you got killers. Please don't send them at my head. Just call me. Talk to me like a man.
Now, just for a little bit of context, Kathy was an American publicist and fitness and beauty expert who tragically passed away in September 2011 at the age of 29. She was found dead in her Manhattan apartment, and according to reports, she died from a brain aneurysm. Now, interestingly enough, it was actually that same year that rumors started that Kathy had an affair with Jay-Z. Many blogs covered this story at the time, but it wasn't until Hollywood Street King published an article about it that it really took off. He actually put out his article in August 2010, but people only started looking into it the next year when Kathy died. According to these rumors, Kathy and Jay-Z were seen together at various events, including at Dow nightclub in Las Vegas. Apparently, they met on the set of one of Jay-Z's music videos through Kathy's best friend, Claudia Jordan, and that's when the affair started. Mind you, he was still with Beyonce at the time, and they were even reportedly trying for a baby, but all attempts were unsuccessful. And according to the streets, this is when Jay-Z introduced Kathy to Beyonce as a possible surrogate. Basically, the story goes Jay-Z introduced Kathy as Beyonce's secret surrogate, while Beyonce pretends in public that she is actually pregnant. However, right before Kathy gave birth, Beyonce found out that Kathy and Jay-Z were having an affair. Not only that, Beyonce and Jay-Z also supposedly found out about Kathy's interview with Liz Crokin. Now, keep in mind that this conspiracy hasn't been confirmed, but this is what people believe, and industry whistleblowers like Jaguar Wright have been boldly fueling it in interviews.
Think about Claudia Jordan right now. Claudia Jordan don't ever mention my mother name. She mentioned it yesterday. Talking about why people are afraid to come forward. You mean like you? You was Diddy girl. Corey was Jay-Z girl. Why don't you claim your friend? Jay-Z's pregnant mistress, who died of an imaginary fucking aneurysm.
Anyway, right after Jaguar called Claudia out for staying quiet about the details of Kathy's death, Claudia decided to finally address everything for the first time since Kathy died in 2011, and this made people even more suspicious. She had no problem staying silent all these years, but as soon as Jaguar exposes her, now all of a sudden she wants to say something? People suspect that she got a call from Beyonce and Jay-Z to debunk everything Jaguar said, so people will think Jaguar is making things up. Okay, I'm sick of this. Kathy came to my house a few times during the few months we hung out in 2010, and she was never pregnant around me. Matter of fact, we drank, gambled together, and played craps in Vegas. No Jay-Z. Went to an amusement park with her then boyfriend. That was not Jay-Z. And she never told me anything about her and him being anything. I'm so sick of people telling this story. We were at the same party as them with thousands of other people. Jesus Christ, y'all been pushing this for decades. And keep my name out of this. Now, around 2011, when these rumors came up and Kathy also happened to die mysteriously, Beyonce seemingly made things worse for herself when her supposed pregnant belly appeared to bend and crumple in real time during an interview in Australia. This made people go from just assuming she wasn't pregnant to full-on believing that she indeed had a surrogate who was carrying the pregnancy for her. Now, to make things even more shady, Beyonce went out of her way to reportedly pay the hospital over $1.3 million to have the entire floor of the hospital that Beyonce was supposedly giving birth on so she could give birth. People couldn't understand why she would pay $1.3 million to have the entire floor to herself unless she's hiding something. Mind you, other people had given birth that day, and even they were transferred to other parts of the hospital. But guess what? The babies that those people had were still kept on the floor that Beyonce had allegedly paid $1.3 million for. The husband of one of the women who gave birth that day confirmed this, and he was pissed. He said they should have been more strategic about it. These are children with problems in intensive care, and you's just going to take over the hospital like you own? I know they spent $1.3 million, and I'm just a contractor from Bed-Stuy, but the treatment we received was not okay. My wife is just terribly upset. She had a C-section. She gave birth to twins. She is sore. Nobody needs this. Now, while all this was happening, Orlando Brown also shocked everyone when he stepped into the chat to expose Beyonce and Jay-Z for allegedly having the power to eliminate people. He even said the reason he's alive today is that Jay-Z and Beyonce have allowed him to live. He also said they can switch your soul out of your vessel. A lot of people linked what he said to Kathy White, claiming that they allowed Orlando to stay alive despite the crazy things he's been saying because he isn't a threat to them since everyone thinks he's crazy. Kathy, on the other hand, was going to be taken very seriously if she had the chance to come out with what she knew, and they couldn't watch that happen.
Jigga's tired of me and so is Beyonce. They have allowed me to live, man.
A lot of people thought Orlando was probably making this up, but I did a little bit of digging and actually found out that Jay-Z has actually been long rumored to have allegedly had a hand in the death of one of Orlando's biggest mentors in the industry. So if anyone would know just how ruthless Jay and Beyonce can be, it's him. If y'all remember, Jay-Z had a really nasty beef with Pimp C, and a lot of people have been speculating that Jay had something to do with Pimp's death. Pimp passed away on December 4th, 2007 at age 33 after he was found unresponsive lying on his bed in a hotel room at the Mondrian Hotel on Sunset Strip in West Hollywood. The initial autopsy revealed the cause of death was promethazine/codeine effects and other unestablished factors. 2 months later, the Los Angeles County Coroner's Office ruled it an accidental death. Now, around that same time, rumors were going around that Pimp had a secret tape of a famous female R&B singer with another rapper that could have caused a major scandal. And in case you're wondering, the R&B singer in question has been rumored to be Beyonce. Well, it is.
I wish we still trying to find out who was in this Pimp C tape.
All I can tell you, there was a famous R&B chick, and it was a guy that was getting money at the time. And, you know, Pimp, he used to be in the studio. And every now and then he'd have a camcorder, so he was able to get some footage. And he wanted to do something with the footage, but I don't know why he didn't do nothing with it, but if I could have got a hold of that tape, I'd be a millionaire, man. Hey, whoever it was, they went to kill me, man. I know TMZ would have paid a bank for that one, man. But yeah, it is a tape, and if you read the comments, a lot of people figured out. Because, you know, people that was in Houston at the time, they know who was a little loose, you know, as a Montana goose. You know what I mean? So, you know, they also know who was having money at the time. So it's not really hard to figure out.
Word on the street is somebody didn't just take Pimp out. The way they did it was very symbolic and sinister. According to DJ Paul of 3 6 Mafia, Pimp's manager said Pimp's body was positioned like he was praying with all over, suggesting that he had been hit in the head. Mind you, before this, there was already tension between Jay-Z and Pimp. Record executive Greg Taylor said right after the deal for Jay-Z and UGK to collaborate on Big Pimpin' was cut, he called Pimp, the call was on speaker, but Pimp didn't know this, and he started dissing Jay. Now, what exactly does this have to do with Orlando? Well, it turns out he was there when all this was going down. Orlando said he spent about 5 to 6 years with Pimp C before his death. He met Pimp C through a friend's mother who had connections with UGK. Orlando directly alleged that Pimp C's death was not an accident, claiming that someone him and then planted substances at the scene to cover it up.
Had you ever been around anybody who was using heavily as he was, because he was pretty prolific at a certain point, right?
Well, I didn't see that side. He never did lean around me. Listen, Chad only did what? Red wine, a cup of red wine like twice.
Really?
Yeah, so that whole situation with him, you know, with them planting and like all that stuff was planted, bro. Like that's not even his stilo, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's levels to this.
He rapped about lean a lot, though.
Yeah, he rapped about lean, but it's, you know, it's levels to this. I'm not gonna have it on me.
Do you think that they planted it? Who, the cops or his management team?
Well, hey man, you know, I can't go into, out of respect for the family and out of respect for, you know, my sister Shanara and all of that, man, I'm just gonna keep all that quiet.
As you can see, Orlando knows way more than he is saying, and people feel this is why he stayed quiet about Kathy allegedly being Blue Ivy's real mom. One person reacted to this saying, "Kathy, White was unalived and her baby is Blue Ivy." Another person said, "I suppose that's something for Blue Ivy to decide. I'm sure it will be in the back of her mind as she gets older. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think of Orlando exposing the real identity of Blue's mother? And do you really believe Beyonce and Jay-Z were behind her death? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Bye.